Hey guys, how are you guys doing? Right now in my office, it's been a gorgeous day. It is Saturday. It's Saturday, guys. I got a phone call this morning and was able to go and meet someone at the hospital, and got to spend the day with the other grandma, actually, that I'm soon going to be related to by marriage. Got to do that for several hours today. We went to the pool, we went swimming, and had a great time. And we got to go to the grocery store together, and we got to talk about wedding planning together. And I had gotten these sugar-free lemon hard candies and the mints that I was looking for. They're sugar-free Lifesaver mints. So I'm gonna sit here and put these in my jar while I'm talking to you. But yeah, we got to talk about wedding planning, and we got to talk about the things that we're needing to do to prepare for our kids to get married. And it was an unexpected phone call that I got this morning to meet up. So I was pretty excited about that. I don't know if I'm gonna like these lemon hard candies that are sugar-free, but I got them to put in my jar here. And we're going to see if these are any good. I'll try one right now, actually. I think it's like 7 o'clock now at night on Saturday night. And I'm in for the rest of the night. Bring you along with me as I'm just doing a little bit of work. I'm going to probably get in the shower soon and get all that chlorine off me. I do like these. They taste like lemon heads without the sugar. So yummy. I've been actually drinking this vitamin water, 0 sugar. And so I have kind of that aftertaste in my mouth from that, but I can't talk to you guys with that in my mouth. Sorry. Been kind of down and depressed because here on Tuesdays, July 1st, my rent's due. I don't even have $10 to my name. So I'm having a really hard time. I just really feel like a failure. And there's some other things going on in my life that's really just me questioning why. Why? I'm really tired of people lying, and they seem to get away with it when they are not telling the truth, when they are fake, and they go to church, they go to Bible study, and as a Christian, I am just having a hard time knowing that they're not Christians. And they're not telling the truth. They're not being honest with people. And they get away with everything. And it's really bringing me down. It's bringing me down. I'm working really hard. I'm doing what is right. I'm following God in my path as a Christian. I can't pay my bills. All of my bills are delinquent. I have negative in both my checking accounts right now. Again. And it's very, very frustrating with me. But today, going up to the hospital, it really did give me a self-check on doing what's right, you know, and getting rid of the old person and replacing it with a new person. Doing what's right, being faithful, and loving others, And, you know, I think the hardest thing I'm having right now is dealing with loving myself. I don't feel adequate. I don't feel good enough. And, of course, I was never loved or respected in my marriage. And I probably really need to go back to counseling for that, to be honest with you. I'm not over the pain of the divorce and what had happened to me. And sometimes I feel like I don't have anyone to talk to. I have a lot of friends, but my friends are all broke. They're all in positions that can't help me. You know, I'm struggling today. I don't know. I'm home by myself this weekend, and sometimes when you're kind of feeling down and out and low, being home by yourself is not really the answer. Okay, guys, so it's been hot. I've been swimming today. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed, and it's not even, I mean, like I said, it's just now 7 o'clock, and I'm ready for bed. I don't know. I am going to try to get some government assistance. I'm going to fill out that paperwork tonight. But I just want to cry, guys, because I was happily married for almost 10 years. My husband decided he wanted to divorce me for no reason. And as a Christian, it's wrong. Can't claim to be a Christian if you're not acting like one. And I beat myself up because I'm trying really hard to strive to be a good Christian wife, woman, mother, business owner. And for the last couple of years, because of the decision my husband made to file for divorce, I was left abandoned, abused. I had no credit, no worth for 10 years. You don't get that. You don't get credit for that. And then he took away all of my child support, alimony, money I depended on to live, money I needed for my kid, our kid. And financially, I just can't do this by myself. He took the house. He took our dog and sold it. And I was a single mom when I met him 13 years ago, going on 14 years. And during that time, I worked really, really hard. I had 2 jobs as a single mom with 2 kids. I knew how to make it on my own. And just like now, I'm doing okay. I mean, granted, I had just had weight loss surgery in February, and I quit my job in May, thinking I had another job, failed the drug test because I couldn't get the test. I didn't have enough fluids in me. And Wednesday just went and took another test for another job, threw up at LabCorp. I threw up everywhere. I was so sick, from trying to drink so much fluid so fast so I could get this test. Finally, I got the test. Overflowed the cup, but I threw up. I mean, it took 4 hours for me to take a drug test. It's ridiculous. But got it. I got it, so I could start work. I am very, very grateful. I got 2 jobs. Very, very grateful that God has given me the ability to work at home and stay home. I love my apartment, even though it's a piece of poo and falling apart. I'm feeling very blessed. The weight of the depression of the marriage is off my shoulders. But I'm beating myself up now. Times have changed over the last 14 years since I was a single mom before. Things have gotten more expensive. It's harder. And because for the first time in such a long time, I'm loving myself and taking care of my health, working out, going to the gym, and having the weight loss surgery. I don't know if it was the right decision. I feel 100% better. But it's been hard for me to get back at work since my surgery, because I need to focus on my health. My mental health is doing 100% better than it was. But when you try so hard as a single parent, you have no help. You were left abandoned by your spouse. You question God. You question the why. Because you didn't do anything to deserve this life. When my husband sent me to jail twice last year, I would sit there in jail and cry. Why am I here, God? Why am I here? But in jail, I got to read my Bible. I drew closer to God. My faith is just so strong. And God says, be patient, know I'm God. That's what he says. Be patient, know that I'm God. Be still. And I've put my love and my trust in God, but I hit brick wall after brick wall after brick wall because of my divorce. And I'm just trying to be real with you guys. It's tough. I have never been so happy in my life that my spouse had filed for divorce, but yet I miss the man I married, the man I loved. The man who filed for divorce is not the man I married. I married a man who I thought was a very strong Christian. He always told me that love is worth fighting for. Our marriage is worth fighting for. I always thought he had my back. I always thought that he would listen to me. He would care. And to find out that he's lied to me for such a long time, it's taken me years to get over that. Because I beat myself up on even deciding to marry him in the first place. Believe in the lie. And I wonder, as a Christian, how many other lies are being told to me that are from Satan, of course. But are lies of deception. And I wonder a lot of times, am I making the right choices? Why is it that it always seems like the bad people get away with everything? Why is there so much evil in this world? Why is there so much hatefulness in this world? I was at the hospital today with a ex-drug addict who has completely turned his life around. He is one of the strongest Christians I know. And he's a baby Christian. He wouldn't even let us leave that hospital room, which is where he was on dialysis. And he wants to pray for us. I come home and I think, man, my priorities are messed up. I'm so worried about what has happened to me over the last couple of years. What's happening to me now? The lies, the pretending, that I see when I know the truth. And then me feeling bad about myself because I wonder, how do those that are lying get away with it all the time? How can they go to church or a care group and lie about their life? How can they lie to their own kids, their parents? Knowing people's deepest and darkest secrets and not standing up for yourself, not standing up and just telling everybody off. Giving it to God like we are supposed to as Christians. Surrendering everything to God and just sitting back and waiting. It hurts. It hurts your heart. Because up here, you may not know why things are happening the way they're happening. Why are you struggling so much? What did you ever do to have all of these things happen to you? And then in the back of your head as a Christian, you know it's Satan. You know the lies are from Satan. You know the way those other person is acting is from Satan. Satan himself, probably. But you can't fix it. As a mother, you want to fix it. As a loving wife, you want to fix it. As a business owner, you want to fix it. But you can't do anything. You can't even breathe. Because it hurts. In your heart, it hurts to breathe. You do trust God, and you're still waiting. But I'm going to tell you guys, I've been married and divorced 3 times. I have been asking God for prayer requests for miracles for 22 years. 22 years. And of course, I can see what God's done, how He's gotten me through circumstances, and how He's loved me unconditionally, how He's always been there. But I'd be lying to you to say that I don't have my moments of depression. I'd be lying to you to say I don't get angry, because I do get angry. I'd be lying to you to say that I want to give up. Because it feels like whatever I do is never good enough for anybody. It's really hard to love yourself when nobody else loves you. It's really hard to love others when you can't love yourself. And it's hard to encourage others and get on YouTube and talk about how awesome God is when you're sinking yourself. So I just want to be honest with you guys. I want to share with you the ups and the downs. Today's a down day. I feel like my priorities are messed up. I want to tithe, something I'm struggling with. I want to give back to God. I want to tithe. But I need money. I can't even pay my bills. I am going to lose my business, my work at home job, and my apartment all in one swoop if I don't come up with money for rent. I lost my son in court because I didn't have money to fight. I lost my motherly rights because family court's a business. They don't care about the kid, and they're going to believe the lies that are brought against you, especially if you are representing yourself in court. They don't care. And I think that's why the judge got mad at me a lot. I answered every question truthfully. They would say, "Did you say this on your YouTube channel?" And I'd be like, "Yep, I did. You want to rewind it, play it again?" But they don't have any idea what they're even talking about. And it had nothing to do with the motion. The other party who made the accusations was lying to get their way, to gain control, to take things away from me. And yet, they got their way. I get these low moments, and you know what God tells me to do is refocus. Refocus on my priorities. Yep, my priority is to try to stay in this apartment. I would love to have a house again. I would love to have a marriage again. I would love to be married to a Christian man again and have a dog again and a home and a family. But I can't make it happen. I was talking to a friend that is friends with both me and my husband, and was told that I need to keep praying for restoration. I need to keep praying for salvation and healing. And you can't change people. And hurt people hurt people. And Christian people, they don't hurt people. They love people. I don't know what to do. Right now, my neighbors are blaring their music. Boom, 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 boom. Probably doing drugs over there. This is not the life I want to live. I want to be grateful for what I have. I was listening to Charles Stanley on Bot Radio on the way to the hospital earlier. He was talking about waiting patiently for God, waiting expectantly for God, and eagerly waiting with anticipation and excitement and love. Because we know as Christians that God is always going to provide. He's going to find a way. We may not know what that way is as Christians, but that's what's got me through my divorce and my marriage, to be honest with you, was knowing that God gave me my spouse. He brought the two of us together. He gave me love for my spouse when I needed it. And he gave me forgiveness. And he gave me understanding of the situation. And he got me through court, even though I didn't know the why. And so I feel like right now I need to pray. I need peace in my soul, and I'm going to pray right now. Dear God, I just pray for the people who are hurting like me right now. The single moms out there who are just wanting to do what's right and take care of their kids and be a good mom. We're struggling, God. Times are tough for everyone, especially single moms. They are one person. And these single moms, they have to work 3 or 4 jobs to make it. In my case, I cannot get the hours. I am not getting the sales, and I am struggling financially. I have no child support, no alimony. I can't pay my rent. I do thank you, dear God, that you've kept my utilities on. Thank you, dear God, that I have food. Thank you, dear God, that you are providing a way. I haven't been kicked out of my apartment yet. But dear God, I don't know about anybody else. I want to be a missionary for you. I want to share with the people here on YouTube what you have done in my life. But I am struggling right now. I am feeling so low today. Although it's been a great day. And I just hope that being honest with people here on YouTube, that they understand, especially those that have hurt you on purpose. They don't even know, and they don't care to know, because they just don't like you and they just want to hurt you. They don't even know the truth. And dear God, it's not being a Christian. Christians want to know the truth, and you are the way, the truth, and the life. No man can come to the Father but through you, dear God. Give me peace in my heart, because it hurts so bad knowing the truth and believing the lie. Oh, dear God, give me peace that surpasses all my understanding of the circumstances I'm going through. Pray for my marriage. my singleness, my relationship with you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Guys, I know it's a weird video to make tonight. It's just, I want to be honest. I'm struggling. So, I'm going to call it quits, but I want you guys to know that I'm not giving up just because I'm depressed. I want to say I know that God's got me, and I know He's going to take care of me, and I know that cleaning my house. So I'm going to work on my home, and I'm going to be doing that for the next 2 days. So stay tuned. I will make a couple more videos tomorrow, but for tonight, I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to watch The Shift. It's a Christian movie, and see if I like that movie. If I do, I'll let you guys know how it turns out. But yeah, I'm going to just relax the rest of the night. Maybe make me some popcorn and just have some me time. Love myself. Tending our heart. Every year I've convinced myself that I'm going to be an amazing gardener. I lay out what my garden will look like and what I'm going to plant. I read articles on the best times and places to plant the seeds, and buy myself new gloves and shovels because you want to look fabulous when you garden. I love to grow vegetables. And in particular, I want to believe that my family will be able to eat off what I grow for the summer. Every single year, I fail. In about June, I stop watering the plants because it's too hot outside and I'm lazy. And then I go on vacation for 3 weeks and I just leave the garden to itself and hope that my husband will water it while I'm gone. And every year I come home to everything being dead. Not just of the dead, like crispy dead, no signs of life dead, or even the potential of reviving my plants. All of my dreams of canning go out the window, and I say to myself, maybe next year, knowing that I'll probably do the same thing next year too. The Bible makes reference to the heart over 1,000 times. When the books of the Bible were written, they saw that they were differently than today because of medical advances. As we know, the heart as an organ that pumps blood to the rest of the body. But in the Bible, the heart is the source or spring of motives, where the passions, the center of the thought process, the spring of conscience, the heart that was placed where all of our emotions and dreams and desires, both good and bad, come from. In Proverbs 4:23 it says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything flows from it. We have to guard and protect our hearts because some sketchy stuff can come out of them. In Luke 6:45 it says, a good man brings good things out of good stored up in his heart, and an evil man brings evil things out of the evil stored up in his heart. For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of. Jesus even tells us a story in Luke 8:11-15 about sowing the seeds into fertile ground in the heart. This is the meaning of the parable of the seed, is the sword of God. Those along the path are the ones that hear, and then the devil comes and takes away the word of their hearts so that they may not believe and be saved. Those on the rocky ground are the ones who receive the word with joy when they hear it. But they have no root. They believe for a while, but in the time of testing they fall away. The seed that fell among the thorns stands out from those who hear, but as they go their way, they are choked out by life's worries, riches, and pleasures, and they do not mature. But the seed goes on the soil, stands for those with a noble and good heart, and those that hear the word retain it by preserving and produce the crop. Our hearts are like gardens, and we need to be diligent to tend and care for. Out of our hearts, we will either reap a harvest that will keep us strong and healthy, or we can let them go, and the harvest is dead to our thoughts and even our spiritual lives. Squirrels got into my garden and ate my tomatoes before they were ripe. Beetles got into the roots of some of my vegetables, so they dried before and they were even produced a harvest. I didn't do what I needed to do to protect my garden. We even get a little lazy sometimes and we let our spiritual lives go. We don't constantly check to make sure that we have been watered or pest-free. Keeping a garden takes a lot of work and diligence to make sure it produces fruit. This is the same principle in our hearts. We have to check our motives, check our soil. Have we built big walls around our hearts to keep God out? Have we checked the roots to make sure that they're healthy? What seeds are we allowing to be sown? Are they weeds? Are you expecting other people to take care of your heart? Your responsibility to ensure the health of our hearts, not anyone else's. What kind of crop are you producing? Pride or humility? Guilt or depression? Fear or peace? Forgiveness or unforgiveness? Proverbs 27:19 says, as water reflects a face, so man's heart protects the man. For reflection, what is the condition of your heart? Is it well watered and producing a harvest, or dry and producing weeds? What seeds have you allowed to be planted in your heart? Do you take personal responsibility of the condition of your heart? We need to protect our heart, guys, especially from those pests that come in and try to hurt us in our heart. And we need to love, and we need to tender our spiritual walk with God, and we need to continually feed on His Word. This is exactly what I needed to hear today. Thank you, Jesus. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.